Five.
All right.
It's nice that you get all the notifications on your phone.
Obviously.
Double timing.
Hey guys, how you doing?
There we go.
Are you going to introduce yourself? You're
Yes.
the host.
Well, I had to get the.
Our show's host is distracted.
How are y'all? I don't know what we're calling this show. We don't really have a title, but for now we're just going to call
as
it.
a matter of fact, why don't you guys text us or what do you call that message thing?
Comment.
Yeah, comment, and we would love names for the show, right?
Yeah. For now, it's Friday Night Live. How about that?
It's Friday. What's it? Friday Fun Day. Usually it's Sunday Fun Day, but it's Friday Fun Day.
And we have a beer sponsor, Shiner
See? That's exactly right.
Friday Night Live, sponsored by Shiner
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Are you going to get canceled on Facebook because the
No, no.
Oh.
So we have a special guest tonight. We have Miss Chrissy Jean from Proper Supply in the Stockyards in downtown Fort Worth. So we're excited to have her here.
One of the best stores. One of the best stores.
Yes.
Oh
So
my God. I want to stay at the hotel. If you guys been there, what's it called? The Dover?
Hotel.
Oh my
Dover.
God.
It's an autograph collection hotel.
Oh my God. It's
Fabulous.
amazing.
Yes.
I can't afford to stay there. I mean, I have to wash
Well,
your
that's-
shoes
maybe
and
we-
laundry just to get a
No.
discount. Just to get a discount.
No.
maybe we can get
You
hooked
know
up.
a gal. You know a gal.
Maybe we can get hooked up. But yeah. So
One night.
met Christina a little while ago. Been following her shop actually for a long time. Visited her shop. Love what she's doing with the place over there. Focused on some raw denim stuff, made in America stuff, belts, boots, obviously, hats. She shapes the hats. Does a really awesome job at that.
Not
Very
just a hat
southern.
rack.
Not just
Very
a hat rack.
southern. Very southern proper.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
very
Good stuff.
good stuff.
And
Thanks, guys.
Quality stuff that lasts you forever.
And also, if you hadn't noticed quite yet, she is a big-time silver collector. Sometimes called Silver Queen, maybe a
It's
little
on
bit.
these
Really?
boots. Yeah, these are the Silver Queen boots.
Silver. Okay.
Here,
So
here. Right there.
Silver Queen on these custom boots. First of all, these boots right here are fantastic.
Thank you.
Can you share the maker?
Absolutely. So, when I opened the store, gosh, what feels like an eternity ago, but it was only 2.5 years ago, I had my pick of custom boot makers. Who do I want to use? And being in the stockyards, it was really important to me to feature one of the best. So we use Stallion Boots. They're in El Paso. There's about 10 guys in the shop building boots. They're all 3rd, 4th, 5th generation boot makers, which is really cool, and they're so proud to make boots. So that's who I use. And actually, these are really cool because those skins are sent from our friends at Parker Custom Boots. His leather company, though, the Alligator, is phenomenal. Highly suggest them. Corvell Leather.
Yes.
For all your alligator needs. But yeah, so that's who does all the custom boots in the store.
So you can get any color combination and just put it together.
Sky is literally the
Really? What's the U for?
It's a little horseshoe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get it together, Ciano.
Come on.
I mean,
How many of those have you had?
I just started.
So funny enough, Parker, Zephin Parker, I always call him Parker because it's just like I don't know, I just call him that. But anyway, we were just on the phone and he's sending me a couple skins for a person I'm going to make for him. But his skins, when you look at them, especially these boots right here, that skin just looks flawless. And a lot of people don't realize alligator skin is expensive on its own. I mean, let alone a pair of boots. People, I don't know what those boots cost, don't want to know, but just the skins alone for let's just say a medium-sized gator could run you $800 to $1,000 just for a medium-sized grade 1 skin. Now,
Really?
oh yeah, man, like you get up into the
Where
larger.
do those skins come from, though?
Well, there could either be farm raised, more than likely, the really fine, perfect skins,
So
or
what do we do with the guys, that live on like 2-acre properties? They got creeks running in the back, and they got gator license.
well, those are wild skins. So you can also You can hunt those, or I don't know the rules, but yes. So those would be considered wild skins. Some of those wild skins may have little tiny imperfections on the scales, on the belly, things like that. There's people who don't care about that. They just want something.
The gator.
Yeah. But there are people who want something that's perfect.
You know what? I got to say, the best boots I've ever had were my black gator skins.
Yeah.
When I was up in New York City, I lived there for 20-some odd years. I used to walk around, you know, in just cowboy boots all the time. And people ask me, what the hell are you walking around in cowboy boots all over New York City? I mean, those things are like you're in heels, basically. But they were the most comfortable things. I mean, especially here in Texas. Listen, I mean, I could probably, when I was younger in my 20s, I could outrun somebody in my cowboy boots than in Nike sneakers. All right? I mean, that's just how we grew up. But my gator skin boots were the best. They breathe better than my Justin boots.
Yeah,
or
well, they're just
anything
unique.
else.
They're unique, right? So that's the thing about gator is that not every scale is going to be the same.
I'll never wear that blue. All right, that's a.
Well,
never,
that's not.
never say never.
That's not your color, maybe.
No, maybe.
But those are fantastic.
I mean, when you have a lot of boots, you start going into the fringes on different colors. And
Now
stuff.
I have made jeans with that thread color though.
Okay,
Beautiful, beautiful though.
Okay, but you also have 100 pair.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially.
Imelda Marcos right here. All right, the
I
Texas
stopped
version.
counting at 100. I don't know how far we are now,
So
but
she built a whole room just for her boots, man.
Yeah.
It's a boot room.
it is a
The
boot
boot room.
It is the boot room.
It is.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that thing now they have in the back? Women have their she shed.
Yes.
So
I
I
my
think-
boot room.
I think you're going to start a trend here tonight.
She may
the
even
boot
have a silver
room.
room.
Every
Maybe a
Texas
silver
woman
room.
should have a
It's
boot
the
room.
two. Yes.
Okay.
It's the two put together. Yeah.
All right, so tell me a little bit about you, how you got to the point to where you're at. I mean, you don't have to go into crazy amounts of detail, but
You
know,
want
just
my
like
life story.
yeah. I mean, just tell us how you kind of got into where you're into now, like fashion and Western, and how you ended up in the stockyards and all that.
Absolutely. So I am not a Texas native.
Okay.
I am a California native. So don't hold that against me. I grew up in Southern California, grew up showing horses, having horses, and I always loved, Western culture. And I always joke, I didn't ever grow up or grow out of the dressing up phase. And so I was fortunate enough to go to design school in LA, and I have a degree in design. And so I was working for another high-end Western wear retailer out of Utah and learned a lot from them. And so I was traveling a lot for them back between Park City, Carmel, all great places. But I was tired of moving around. I really was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got an email one day from the owner of the Drover, and it wasn't the Drover at the time. And he just made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Mm.
And so it's been awesome to have kind of creative freedom in the store. I mean, it's awesome getting to work with guys like both of you in the store to develop products just specific for the store. And that's what I always wanted. So everything's American made. And so it's awesome. I love
That's
it.
hard. That's hard to find.
It is hard to
Especially-
find.
It really is.
Nowadays it is,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, down here in Texas, I totally get it. But when you're going into like the Arizona areas and up the East Coast and whatnot, to work personally with a creative company
Mm-hmm.
is really difficult.
Yeah.
Right? Because for some reason down here, it's a lot easier and whatnot. That's why we have a lot of good things that are happening now.
Yeah.
I mean, from denim to leatherworks to bags to everything.
Well, honestly, like you being here, I mean, I don't know. I was kind of a denim guy a little bit before you showed up here, but you've taught me so much. But you being here, I feel like is very special.
Oh my God,
I mean,
I'm going to start crying right now.
well, but so there's leather workers are a dime a dozen in Texas.
No,
Boot
they're not.
makers
No,
are
they
a dime
are.
a
But the
dozen.
thing is, leather workers, all right, they're a dime a dozen, but the best, all right, there's only 1%. And you know where they're at, all right? You're one of those guys.
Okay,
Your
but how-
grandfather, I mean, look at the saddle work.
Yeah,
oh, my
it's generational,
God.
which is-
And that
Yeah.
kind of
It's
passed
awesome.
off. Please.
Okay, but how many guys? I don't know many.
There's no, come on.
But how many guys are making
Here's the
denim
thing.
in Texas
Here's the
that
thing.
you know?
When I started my company, I did it off of Kickstarter. I had to relaunch the company. We'll get into that on
Right,
another
no,
day.
don't say that, because you actually started in the 90s.
Yes.
You
did.
started in the
I
90s.
did.
This
so
guy
we-
is literally a living legend.
Right.
No.
Yes,
but
yes,
I did. But
yes.
to do it the correct way, I mean, I remember when I started to get the idea of trying to recreate the company, I did on Kickstarter. There's other people out there, Austin Brands and whatnot. Get this, since 2014 and on, every brand that started on Kickstarter, except for one, all right, is gone out of business. And they're in Austin, Texas. They were over in all Texas brands. I mean, really.
So you're talking about Texas denim brands?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They try to make denim jeans, and they try to manufacture. I mean, I saw the same manufacturers that these guys came here in Dallas, for example. There's a denim brand in Austin that came here. It's like you try to get it made, overpriced. He just didn't know how to do it. Now, here's the thing. A lot of these companies that tried to restart on Kickstarter, they didn't have the background I had, because, you know, I was the creative director for Puma back in the day, and, you know, all this stuff. So I know about manufacturing. All these other guys, they started from ground zero, tried to do it. They didn't have the experience.
Yeah.
Right? So you had to go through that painful period where you had to lose the money, okay, and try to figure out what your price points were. I was selling my handmade jeans for $138.
Right.
That was, today, that's my cost, guys, okay?
You can't say
you
that.
can't-
You
you can't
cannot
keep
do
that-
that.
No, I'm going to tell you, it is, because you know what? Here's the thing. I don't have people that work for me, but I pay interns out of a fashion college to help me cut, but I'm doing every piece myself. So
Okay.
my costs for jeans are over $100.
Okay, so the people that you're talking about going out of business, so were they making the jeans themselves?
Yes, they are, but they
They were
undercutted
making
them.
the jeans themselves?
They
Okay.
were, but they undercutted the cost, and they couldn't keep up with the demand. All right, and
Right.
it got to a point where they just had to fold. They had to fold. They couldn't do it. Now here's the thing: my cost, even though it's very high, all right. For an example, I hate to say this, but Raleigh Denim Company. You'll look at their jeans. They made in America in the Carolinas, $500. American labor is very, very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Okay.
most expensive.
Because you have to have a skill set. All right. When you make jeans, how we make jeans, it's not like a normal production thing in Pakistan or China. I mean, you could run all day long. How we make jeans is completely different. We duplicate exactly how Levi's did it back in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's why you still find Levi's jeans in the Arizona mine shaft.
Right.
They sell at Christie's for $50,000. I mean, are you kidding me? And it's
Maybe
still
you'll get
intact.
there one day.
I know. 10 years from now.
So you're okay. So to pair you guys together, you're making a collection.
Yes.
I believe, right?
Yes.
Y'all are making a collection now. Christina designed the collection with you.
Yes.
Okay.
She
So
did.
talk about that.
So we had a collection that we want to bring some of the best of what we have American made. So we took some of the old vintage cone mills fabrications that you can't get anymore. So it's only a limited run. So I think we have about enough yardage to make a size run of each thing. Now we have some items where we have a jacket, we have a waistcoat, we're going to have a work shirt, and a pair of jeans, basically. And when you hook it all together, I'm going to say something. It's better than double RL. I'm sorry, I love double RL, but
We all do, but it is.
but
It's
it
true.
is,
It's
it is.
true.
And it's made in Texas.
This is made in Texas.
Made in Texas.
But there's you see the
It's made by
comparison.
me. It's
It
made
is.
by me. Okay?
And that's the thing is you see the comparison, and I love double RL. Always have been a huge fan. But you compare your products next to double RL pieces, and there's no comparison.
Yeah, but the problem is like you pay $600 for a jacket,
Well, and then
You've
the
got
prices
double
are-
RL,
yeah,
and all of a
outrageous.
sudden, after a year or two, the buttons fall off. You rip it. What's your recourse?
Mm-hmm.
Me, after you buy something for me for about 30% less, all right, and your button falls off, you got a lifetime guarantee. I'll repair it, all right. Here's it. If I can't repair it, I'll replace it for free. I don't care if it's 20 years from now.
So as a retailer here, and as a retailer like she is,
yeah,
that actually is amazing because
it is. But that's
if
the way it was in America back in the
right.
day.
But I can just tell you this as a customer service standpoint, when you tell the customer, yes, these jeans are this much or this jacket is this much. However, if anything happens to this piece, bring it back to us. Ciano will fix it for free
Exactly.
for life.
You know how I came up with that idea? I'm going to tell you how. My grandma, all right, she used to make us, what was it, for breakfast, French toast, all right? She had an old toaster oven, all right? I think a GE toaster oven, the stainless steel one with the black speckle cord, all right? I mean, old school, all right? I'll never forget this. I was like a little boy, and Grandma, listen, my southern grandma, she knows how to cook. I ain't telling you that. But she used to toast the toast and stuff, and I never forget this. She had the GE toaster oven, and those things were made up north. I think it was in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Right back in the day, factories closed. So this is an old toaster oven, stainless steel with the speckle cord, and I'll never forget that day. That it was a Sunday before I had to go to church. She's freaking out. She says, "Oh my God, the toaster oven's, the toaster's done. I can't make you toast." I'm like, "It's all good." She called GE, and this is when they had a customer service, all right? The guy came out no more than a couple hours later in his white van, and he's looking at the toaster oven, and now get this, it was made in America, all right? And looking at it, he's like, "Oh, I don't know, you can't fix this." So he goes in his van, gets another one, gives it to her for free because he couldn't repair it. That was back in the day, made in America meant something. That means you had something that would last for life, all right? GE, back in the day, backed their product, all right? And they said, the toaster oven, it failed, no problem, we'll replace it for free, made in America.
Right.
Nowadays, where's GE toaster ovens made? I don't know, Pakistan, Vietnam, China. Who knows? Not made in America anymore.
Right.
I mean, that to me, man, so you know what? Why couldn't I do that with my jeans, right? Because I figured all the sewing machines I use, they're over 100, 200 years old, all right? I got some from 1897. And I figured, you know what? If I make my jeans on these machines, the machines last that long, so my jeans should last as long as that, right?
Right.
So, same thing. So, if I can't repair it, if I can't fix it, I'll replace it for free.
Yeah.
But listen to me, the way we construct our jeans, they're gonna last.
They're gonna last a long time, right? Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So this collection that y'all designed, when should we see it, you think?
Well, we have to discuss that because she's opening up a new
Oh
section.
yeah. So
yeah.
you gotta talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So she's got a new store that, or
Yeah.
not a new
Well,
store.
it's
a
the
project.
same store. It's the same
a project.
store. So when we opened 2.5 years ago, we opened just in time for the rodeo. And so we put together really kind of a temp layout for our store. But it's been wildly successful. It's been awesome. So we've kind of put our build out on hold, which has been good and bad all at the same time. But we will be doing that probably in the next few months. So assuming everything goes well, we will have a big grand reopening in October is the plan.
Okay.
So that's
Is that
what
crawfish season or what?
No.
We're in crawfish season
We're
right
in-
now.
we're in-
No,
right
but
now.
October is it crawfish season?
No.
Because I'm gonna go to grand opening. I want crawfish right now.
October is damn near Christmas. So,
I'm not even from here and I know that.
so October could be grand opening, and
Either way, we'll have a big party. So Red Steagle is that weekend. It's a big weekend in the stockyards. We will have I'm already planning a trunk show for that weekend with some new vendors that I'm excited about. We're developing a couple new lines that I can't talk about yet. But yeah, no, it should be fun. So I'm hoping that's when we will unveil the big collection.
Are you gonna have a Longhorns walking around the streets?
They already walk.
They
Have
do
you
that
never
every
been to
day,
the
don't they?
stockyards?
Yes, I have.
Don't they do that every day?
Every
They
day.
do it every
I
day.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cruelty to
No.
animals. It's cruelty to animals.
Well, shit. I guess you can't carry leather belts. Might as well throw
Just
a boots away
barbecue.
then.
Just barbecue them. That's all I gotta say.
No, the Fort Worth Herd. They do the cattle drive twice a day, 11:30 and 4 o'clock.
So when the grand opening comes, I'm gonna haul him down there, and that should be quite a good
We
time.
will do a live there.
Yeah.
We will do a live there.
Oh, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Live
Yeah.
at the Grover Hotel.
No, at her place.
We could do a secondary live.
Yeah.
We'll just have the Ciano show at the driver. We'll drop
you guys
it off
are out.
there.
You're done. Oh my God, this ain't working.
So, okay, we talked about the store, some of the products that you feel like you guys specialize in. What would that be? More boots, hats, belts, all of it. Again, you crease the hats there, which is
Really?
yeah. I mean, you can grab a hat off the wall, I'm assuming, and,
Yes.
and she can just crease it however you want it.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. She probably creased her own hat that she's wearing right now.
So I don't crease my own hats.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
I can crease a hat for anyone else.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
So talk about some of the products or
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
stuff.
Kind of what we have in the store. So
Yeah.
when I put the store together, these are all things I love. So I always joke, if you don't like the stuff I wear, my style, you'll hate the store. But the store was kind of a passion project in the sense that I wanted to create a space in the stockyards that kind of didn't exist yet. I mean, we're the only store that can claim all American made down there, which is really cool.
That is true.
That's
huge.
true.
That's huge.
That's huge.
That is true.
And I also wanted to, over the years, I've met some great people via social media, like you guys, that sometimes you have a brick and mortar or sometimes you don't. And so I wanted to create a space that, we could feature that and have collaborations where people, yes, can see it online, but there's a place where they can come see it and basically have mini stores for you, and have, some of the best work in the store.
Yeah.
So can I sponsor a bourbon cart in your store?
So the plan is to have
Denim bourbon cart.
a full bar in the store.
No, but let me just sponsor a bourbon cart.
Okay, all right. Sponsor the
And
denim
the bourbon I
cart.
like. I'm not gonna mention it.
Bullet bourbon.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
We need them to sponsor you.
So if a customer were to walk in and want a pair of boots, obviously you have boots that are available
Yes.
on the shelf,
Yes.
ready to buy.
Yes.
However, can they come to you if they want custom stuff?
Yes. Okay. So I didn't answer your other question, but yes, we absolutely have stock in everything, whether it's hats, belts, buckles, boots. We do soft goods as well, but my favorite thing is customs. Specialty projects that people want to go off the walls with.
Yeah.
But it takes a little bit of time, okay?
A little bit of time is an understatement, but yes, it does.
Yes.
It takes time. Like anything good, it's delayed gratification, is what I like
Yeah.
to say.
Custom delayed gratification. Remember that.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, like you said, you can come in. I would say one of our larger categories is definitely the hand creased hat. So we do all open crown hats. If you've never seen what those look like, they kind of look like a witch's hat.
What?
Large dome, flat brim, and from
Yeah.
there we take it. And we do all fur felt hats.
Okay.
A lot of them right here in Texas, but still all made in the U.S. But we will literally crease a hat right there in front of you. So it's a totally cool custom
Really?
experience.
So you
And-
got all the equipment and everything?
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a hat
Really?
seamer there. I mean, we can trim down the brim to whatever
Wow.
size you want, which is really cool. And most of the people who come to stockyards have never seen that. And it's also cool because there's so many people in the stockyards too who are really legit, and they know and they totally appreciate that too.
Wow.
So yeah.
I'm making a bucket hat in my shop. I don't have the fancy stuff that she has. I'm sweating to death.
Well, you got to have steam to.
I know.
That's different though. That's a
Yeah.
totally different
It's
deal.
a
All
big
those
deal.
components
I
to
wish.
making that.
I want. Get this. So we make our 6-panel snapbacks in my shop, and the only thing I don't have is the steamer. All right, that steamer costs a fortune, and it's only made in China. So I'm trying to find the steamer, all right, that's made in the USA. You know how difficult it is to find?
Well, Miss Pat will probably find it.
I
for
know,
you
she will.
somewhere.
Impossible to find. Like, for an example, like ironing boards. Back in the day, they had these cast iron 700-pound ironing boards. You can't find them anymore. So
Well, yeah, because Amazon can't deliver them.
exactly,
That's why.
Amazon can't deliver them. But to find that steamer, I'm dying to do that. But that's amazing that you can have these cowboy hats.
Yeah, it shapes them.
Shaped them.
Yeah.
Everything else. But I'm just for me, one day I'll have that.
Yeah. So you have a special relationship with Bolin.
Mhm.
Talk about that.
So if you're not familiar with the Bolin Company, they started in Hollywood in the 20s. Ed Bolin was an immigrant from Sweden, and he was
Really?
a silversmith. And he met Buffalo Bill and traveled with him in his show for a while, and eventually opened up a shop in Cody, Wyoming. And he realized there really wasn't a whole lot of business in Cody, Wyoming at the turn of the century. So one day he met Tom Mix. And Tom Mix said, I love your spurs, I love your vest, and I love your buckle. I'm going to buy all of them.
Spurs are very expensive.
They are.
Of course.
They are. And he goes, you shouldn't be here, though. You should be in Hollywood. They're doing these things called movies. And so Ed Bolin, and I probably butchered that story, but Ed Bolin moved to Hollywood and he opened up a store. And so from there on, he built all the saddles that you see,
Yes.
just insane
The
projects.
spurs alone.
Spurs, belts, buckles. I mean, all of John Wayne's silver,
Exactly.
Roy Rogers, the Lone Ranger. And so they're a very historic company, which I absolutely love all of that. And so, yes, they are one of our featured
Really?
collections vendors, if you will, in the store.
Wow.
And people know it. It's highly collectible. But yes, we've done some really, really cool custom projects with
So
them.
Miss Pat showed me a pair of spurs, silver spurs, made of 100% silver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she told me it's from the 1940s, and it was gifted to her. And honestly, I don't know the name. She told me the name of the spur maker, but these things are worth $150,000.
And she has them?
She has them.
And you're advertising this?
No, no. I mean, it's just like I'm looking at the spurs. I'm like, okay, I know what Levi's 501s are, but $150,000 silver spurs, but they were from from back in the day.
Yeah.
It's like wow, handcrafted, hand tooled, everything.
Well,
Yeah.
you see some of Ed Bolin. So there's a big auction in Arizona and Santa Fe, Brian LaBelle's Western auction. And
Great auction.
It's
Auction?
insane. Highly
Yes.
suggest
Really?
going to that if
Yes.
you've never been.
They
But-
used to have it in Fort Worth for a little bit. Like, I think they had it for a few years in Fort Worth, and then it didn't do well, so they went back to
So
doing
what's this
something.
auction?
Brian LaBelle's Old West auction.
Really?
It's the premier Western
Yeah.
auction. So
For
some of
collectors.
the most amazing things, like they sold the Lone Ranger saddle a couple years ago
Really?
for basically $250,000. I mean, it's
I need horse blankets. All right, if I can get those.
yeah, a little different,
Our
but yeah,
prices are going up next week, guys.
absolutely. So no, I mean it's cool, and it's cool to see the contemporary set of Bolin because the family that owns it and has it, they really are carrying that torch, and it's cool to see. It's cool to see, and like I said, it's highly collectible. People know it and see it and
Yeah.
totally recognize it. So yes, they're one of the silversmiths we use, and
And they'll
love.
last forever.
And
Yes.
Bolin is in Dallas.
Yes,
correct?
they are now in Dallas. They've
Dallas,
been in Dallas
Texas.
for a while, so
Yeah.
you can go
And
and
it's
see them.
silver. All silver.
All silver,
Guys,
gold.
silver, listen to me. Stock market, I'm going to tell you, silver is going to go up to $50 an ounce. Hold on to that.
Well, she's got a lot of silver, dude.
I
I do
know, I
not.
can
I
jump
do
in a
not
pool
give
and
out.
dance.
Listen, I do not give out financial advice. I mean,
Device.
financial
Bro.
advice.
You need to cut off the bullet.
I know. I gotta go. Financial advice. Silver, $50 an ounce.
Right. So we make a little bit of stuff for y'all. A little bit.
For now.
For now.
For
We're
now.
working on some things. I'm always tied up with projects here, but we're working on some belts and some wallets, potentially work our way into some tooled stuff at some point. She wants a cigar case, which would be absolutely awesome.
Would?
But I
Say
don't.
that on the live. That's our new project.
Okay,
Cigar case.
forget
Oh
that.
my God. Why are you giving out this?
Well, now they're gonna want you to do
Oh my
cigar
God.
cases, so now you're sucked in. You can't
competitors,
say
the
no.
competitors.
First of all, I've got to
case,
figure out how to
wood,
make.
leather.
They've got to be molded. Number one, I've got to figure out how to do that.
Oh, you
That's
mean
number one.
the
Oh,
ones with
somebody's
the
at the door.
3-piece?
Us, Brandon.
The 3-piece.
Oh, is this a new live?
Yeah. Well, we'll
Adding
just
someone
keep
to the
going.
live?
We'll
Okay.
just
The
keep
3-piece.
going.
You mean like that 4-piece cigar?
Yeah,
where
where
you put the
it's-
cohibas
Yes.
in? Oh,
Yes.
those are awesome.
Yeah, wouldn't
Yes.
those be cool? In
Awesome.
like
What's
his
up, Brandon?
flat leather?
What's up, Brandon? Hey, hold
Welcome
on.
to the live.
Come into the live.
Come here.
You,
Sit
you're
down.
forced into it now.
Sit down.
That, see, that was my whole plan. That was my whole plan, is to get you
I'm
here.
Christina. Nice to meet
How's it
you.
going?
What's up, dude? Yeah. So
Hey guys,
I
this is
tricked-
Brandon.
I
What's
tricked
going on,
him.
guys?
He loves attention.
He's a
Oh, I
leather
know.
maker.
He's got no choice.
leather maker, gun arm leather, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of another good leather maker, dude.
Another one of us, huh?
Another one, yeah.
Makes a lot of good stuff. And you live, where do you live again? You in
Flower Mound.
Flower Mound. Okay, so Flower Mound from here is
No,
about
he
10
lives in
minutes.
Texas. That's all you need to know.
But Brandon makes all sorts of leather goods, belts, wallets, other little accessories, things like that. And he's dropping off some stuff. And I tricked him because he didn't want to come on the live.
Exactly.
So he's probably super embarrassed, but that's okay.
It's
So-
Fishing rod.
Plug your Instagram
I don't
again.
do a whole lot of videos, so
Plug your Instagram again.
it's just Gunner and Co.
Gunner and Co. So how do you spell that?
Gunnar.
Gunnar and Co. So give him a follow.
And
on there.
he likes bullet.
I do. Where's mine?
Brought to you by our
Where's my
sponsor,
cup?
Right.
official
I'm gonna go to
sponsor.
the cup. You want to go to the cup right now? Oh my god.
Brandon, you can go if you want, dude.
Okay,
You don't,
I'm gonna go.
you don't have to.
You'll be
I'll
back.
put you on the
You'll
spot
be
a little
back.
bit.
You'll be back.
So, yes, we're working on some stuff for Christina's shop that will be there at some point pretty soon. So looking
Thank you.
forward to that.
Hey, you guys, you gotta go to Christina's shop. It's amazing.
Are you right next to? Is it? What's the store right next to you?
So we are
Don't
on
say
Exchange. No, okay.
You're right on the main strip.
We are on Exchange Avenue, Suite 550,
Right.
and we're next to Double D Ranch.
That's right. Double D
King
Ranch.
Ranch
King
and
Ranch.
Casey. They're up the road, so we
Yeah.
have some really great
So
neighbors.
the most authentic stuff made in Texas, the most incredible artisans. You got to go there. That's where you go. You can't go anywhere else.
And like she said, with the stockyards is obviously, it's historic, right? And they
Yes.
have places like Letty's and other places like that there that are just historic places. And she's come in and kind of put, I wouldn't say like, it's kind of a modern twist on it in a way, but it's also very well done and all made in America, which
Yeah,
no
but
shop-
I got to the steakhouses there, they suck, dude.
What? You
Right.
can't say
No,
that!
you can't. No. Let me. I'm going to say something here. I'm
no.
sorry. I know I'm a Texan, but listen. I'm going to say something. Where is the Brontosaurus freaking porterhouse? all
Okay,
right?
you know where
Okay,
you
so
need to go.
we're going to take
No,
you.
I've been
No,
to
no,
a couple.
no.
And no,
I know where
no,
I'm gonna take you.
no.
No.
I'm gonna take you to. There's a couple restaurants in the store. When was the last time you went?
It's been years. I know
Okay.
for a
One year.
fact.
1 year.
Okay, so there's a place called Provender Hall. Love those guys. They have a couple restaurants in Fort Worth, but they do a smoked beef rib, and it's on the giant dinosaur bone, and it is
Really?
amazing,
Really?
amazing.
So when
you
we
come
go,
visit-
we're going there. So
Okay.
your mind will be
That's good.
changed.
I've been there. I had a steak there. I'm gonna.
Okay, we're gonna
With
take-
the better steak. I mean,
That
this
steaks
guy.
are at my
Listen,
house,
this
right?
guy. This
Yep.
guy can make the best tomahawk steaks from where Costco. Oh my God, the best,
Oh my
the
God.
best.
We are not sponsored by any of the people Ciano is.
No.
I don't care, but it's the best. It's
So he'll come over
awesome.
for a steak, and he'll bring
It's all-
Costco steaks.
Yeah, but
like,
it's
let me
like
just
flip
get a
that
Wagyu
thing
or
on the
something.
grill and
No,
you're
no,
good to
we're
go.
Man, come
Oh
on.
my God.
All right, so
Questions, concerns?
anybody watching have questions, go ahead and put them out there now. In the meantime, is there anything else that you want to talk about with y'all's shop that we haven't touched on quite yet?
No, I don't think so. Like you kind of touched on briefly, you know, our store is what I would call kind of the crossover store. It's not traditional Western, but we carry American heritage brands that I'm really proud of.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely for the folks who come and stay in the stockyards. Maybe they've ridden a horse, maybe they haven't, but they appreciate really high quality items.
Exactly.
And like we talked about, you know, we're not the cheapest store on the street. I know this.
Well,
there's- but
I mean,
quality-
the stockyards isn't cheap to begin with.
No,
So,
no,
yes.
absolutely not. And the thing is, you know, we live in an age now where you can buy just about anything over your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are great social media accounts.
Amazon.
that you
Amazon's
can-
like a
well,
freaking
and
filling
even that-
everything in. You're
Even that too, but you know, people want that experience. They want to be able to go into a store, see it, touch it, feel it.
Yeah.
And it's what I like to call a meaningful purchase.
Yeah.
And once they've been there, they know the quality.
Yeah.
So they don't have to go back.
Have you seen?
They can always reorder.
I always get this from people who've just come into the shop but hadn't been. But have you seen an uptick in business because of shows like Yellowstone?
Absolutely. People ask us that all the time.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh my God! Don't get
Urban
me started
Cowboy
on Yellowstone.
So
2.0.
Urban Cowboy 2.0. That's funny you say that because
Urban Cowboy what?
So Urban
2.0.
Cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
The
You
movie.
know, the rise and decline. Although I don't think the decline will be nearly as big as it was before.
I agree with you. 100% agree with you.
There's
so
no way.
My mom and grandpa used to always talk about the Urban Cowboy when we were actually. When did the Urban Cowboy come out? Was it in the 80s?
Yes.
So we were in this store in the 80s.
Gillies. You guys know Gillies. Come on. You know what? Next week I'm gonna wear a Gillies t-shirt. You guys know about Gillies.
So
Still not a sponsor.
it was still not a sponsor, Ciano. You got to stick to the script, dude.
Who are our sponsors?
Shiner Bock.
right now.
Shiner Bock.
No, but the Urban Cowboy had a huge effect on our family business here
Yes.
in this store. It was huge. They couldn't get the Western wear out of the boxes fast enough because back then, you know, they would come in and if we didn't have shipments or whatever, they'd ask, "Well, when is the mailman coming?"
Really?
Because you didn't have internet or anything. So, we're likely to see him on Thursday. So we'd have a ton of people come in Thursday and wait for the guy to show up with the boxes. And then they cut them
Really
open
insane.
and then instantly sell it. It was a massive deal.
Question.
Yeah.
Back in the day, all right, the feathers, remember
Oh,
that?
in the
You
front,
ate
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Is that still hot or what?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Chris Stapleton still rocks that.
That's
No,
actually- yeah,
seriously, no.
He wears it in the front.
Really?
We work with.
That was so freaking Urban
No,
Cowboy,
it totally
Gillies
is.
Yeah.
It
type of like.
totally is. But we
Really?
work with Stetson and Hatco, and so I've been to the factory many times, and they build his hats.
Really?
And I mean, they make like 10 of the same hat. But
Sorry,
yeah, they have
guys.
all the
I
feathers.
will never wear a cowboy hat. I'm sorry.
Never
We'll
say
get you in
never.
a no, we'll get you
Come
in
in,
a
and I will
we have to
crease
get
a
him in
hat
one
for
day.
you.
we'll get you in a cowboy hat.
Yeah,
No doubt.
yeah, for sure. I can see a cowboy hat.
Really?
Yes.
No
We're gonna have
way.
one soon.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
Something kind of vintage, a little bit shorter brim, retro,
Yeah,
like James
okay,
Dean,
okay.
giant vibe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And it's
All
gotta
right,
have a
so Dawson, you're the only one. I had to close out of this thing, so the only question I see is from H Frog Mayhem. Bill's Steak and Chop. I think he knows you, right?
Yeah, that's David Tucker. He's one of our favorite customers. Fort Worth local.
Really?
What's up, David? And I see that he's a TCU guy, and that's my son wants to go to school there. So hey, man, maybe that'll work out.
That's a great school. That's a beautiful campus.
Yeah. He says, Bill's Steak and Chop House in Grapevine. You want the Wagyu on the bone.
Wagyu. It's always Wagyu.
He said,
It's
ask
always
for time to come
Wagyu.
over.
But where does Wagyu come from? I mean, listen.
I don't give a
authentic
shit, as long
Wagyu.
as it
Listen,
tastes
I'm
good.
Japanese. Wagyu comes from Japan. Doesn't come from Texas. It doesn't come. You have to feed that stuff.
Okay,
Beer.
But you're close to Grapevine, so
Yes,
go
I am.
there and ask for Monty. He says, ask
Monty?
For, that's what he said. Ask
Really?
for Monty. Yeah. So you just
Wagyu.
He's a foodie. I would trust him.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have a Wagyu Some Wagyu stuff. Oh my god!
I've made a lot of
I
Wagyu
know
stuff.
it was awesome,
Yeah.
dude.
Do we have any
I've
questions?
spoiled
or
myself.
is
I
it
can't
just
go to a
comments?
restaurant
I
now.
know.
Couple comments,
Okay.
not a lot of questions.
No,
What are
okay.
the comments? Oh my god!
Probably.
Am I getting canceled tonight?
We all are. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
don't say that.
Oh, so good beard jeans. That's Jason. He's the dude who won the shirt last time.
Did he?
Did, yeah. He says He said you are a New Yorker first, Ciano.
Why do you put that label on me? How dare you? Love you, dude.
He says I'm teasing. I love what you guys are doing. So anyway, cool. Anything else?
No, I think we're good.
Plug anything else?
No.
What are the
But
other
we
unofficial
have to-
sponsors?
Listen, Brandon, we got to
Yes.
introduce him.
You already did.
No. We're going to get into some details.
Uh-oh.
Right? Deep, dark
We need to have a full-blown show with Brandon next
I know,
Friday. If
right?
he'll show
It'll
up.
be freaky, totally freaky.
I'll stop by and do it.
Okay.
You have
See,
to.
it's not too bad.
No, it's not bad. I'm not used to being on camera, so
Well,
it's
yeah, I don't
something
like.
I'd have to get used to.
That's fine. I don't like doing it either. But my grandpa actually used to be super shy, but he had to figure it out. Like you just gotta like learn how
Yeah,
to.
but your grandpa was a real man. I mean,
I'm just saying.
He talks. He
So-
talks in front of a church. Yeah, I mean,
But
a
he
choir.
used-
I mean, this is what.
But he
you
wasn't
do.
always like that. He had to learn how to be like that in order to be in business,
Really?
especially. And that's why I say kids at some point need to be in some sort of customer service business because they learn how to talk to people, communicate, whatever.
It's all
Being
about
in
talking
retail,
to
you
people.
know, like they come in and they expect to see you and they expect to see friggin' Churro. By the way, we haven't talked about Churro.
What?
Churro.
My dog.
Oh,
Yes.
then I thought you
The
were talking about
Stockyards
the
mascot.
sausage.
Yes. No.
The Stockyards mascot.
The
Yeah,
unofficial.
I'm so hungry right now. I'm so
mascot.
hungry.
So, okay, Churro.
Yes.
You let Churro wonder.
Yes.
What kind of dog?
That's so awesome.
What dog?
She's an Australian Shepherd.
Oh.
Yes.
And she will just wonder.
She just
and
like
everybody
cruises
knows.
around. Everyone knows her. Everyone loves her. We even have churro merch in the store, so you can come get that.
Really?
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Wait.
People like come back every year and they're like, "Where's churro?" I'm like, "What
Are
are
you
we, chopped
serious?
liver?" Yeah, I'm dead serious.
In the store.
In the store.
Really?
Everyone knows her. Yes.
So we got to custom make some denim stuff for her.
Yes. She
Oh,
has a
so
collar from
You need
here.
to make her a bandana.
Yeah, a
Oh,
denim
no
bandana.
problem.
You need to make her a
I'll
bandana.
make some vintage Japanese clothes. No problem.
Churro.
Only the
That's,
best.
hey, get
Only
this.
the
So,
best.
you want to hear something freaky? So where do you live
I don't
again?
know. Do I?
Flower Mound.
Flower Mound.
Yep.
So in Flower Mound, there is one road that has signs for a peacock. Peacock.
Oh yeah.
The peacocks are running
How
wild
many
in this
are there?
neighborhood.
There's probably
There's
like what,
2 or
10 of
3?
them or-
Never
Oh my
mind.
God.
No,
you
there's-
have no idea.
There's like
So
10 of
I
them
feel like
there.
it's
you're
so
driving
good.
down the main
Yes.
road.
It's
You're
too
driving down the main
It's too
road.
comfortable.
Nobody knows. And all of a sudden you turn off on. There's a coffee shop.
What's
Whatever.
the name of the road? You know.
Who knows? Don't forget about
I
it.
don't know.
It's in
Okay.
Flower Mound. You
It
turn
probably
down
is
this
good.
road, and all of a sudden there's a warning sign: peacocks
Yeah.
everywhere, and the peacocks are running around. Who knows? Peacocks in Texas? Are you kidding me right now?
Actually,
Seriously.
there's a school. Okay, we're
At
gonna
12
shut
o'clock
it
at
down.
night.
Oh,
We're
my
gonna
God.
shut it down after this. But there's a school that my daughter just went to go play volleyball at in somewhere close to Dallas or whatever. But they had peacocks roaming around the
Where?
campus. The campus.
No way.
Dude,
What
unbelievable.
campus is this?
I can't remember. It's in Farmers Branch. And
No way.
We show up and there's just random peacocks running around. Yeah.
Come to Flower Mound, you can see an actual peacock with a 20-foot
Several of them. Just
balloon.
don't
Go
run
to
them
the zoo
over.
and see those two. Okay.
You can't run them over.
Nope.
Thank you for tuning in and watching.
Thank
and
you.
thank our guest,
Thanks,
Miss
guys,
Chrissy
for
here.
having me. Maybe one day they'll
Brandon!
have me back again
We'll have her back
if we don't
again.
get canceled.
If you've
Yeah.
lasted
No,
this
we're not
long,
getting canceled. Really?
remember, Proper Supply Co. Follow.
Stockyards.
Yeah, in the stockyards.
Come
Okay.
see us.
Adios.